All County Home Health Care, Inc. at 954-717-7027. License 200999096.
Talk 1470 is WWNN Pompano Beach and 95.3 FM W237BD Boca Raton, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. 1470 AM and 95.3 FM, the Health and Wealth Radio Network. Get it straight from the expert's mouth on Ask the Experts with host Steve O. Every Thursday at 5 p.m.
If you've decided to get back to feeling good again like you used to feel, then you're invited to tune in to the Dr. Bob Martin Show. Hi, I'm Dr. Bob, at your service Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is proud to express that it's truly the only plugged-in internet television production company on the market. Amp2.tv live streams all their shows across all the major selling markets in the U.S. and abroad. Call them at 866-224-5422. The AmpSquare.tv library allows productions to be seen over and over again, making commercial platforms more usable. Call 866-224-5422. Toll free 866-224-5422. Amp2.tv, the first and only internet television network that's truly plugged in. 866-224-5422. That's AMP2.TV. The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Power Biz Show.
The following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday night, and so you know what time it is. It is the PowerBizShow.com time. It is our time to get empowered as entrepreneurs. Whether you're a small-time business owner, a startup, maybe you're a lean startup, a bootstrapper, a side hustler, or maybe you've been in business for many, many years. This is your time to be empowered and get ready to soar. And as you know, we come to you as three business consultants, three entrepreneurs ourselves, to really give you the tools that you'll need to get equipped. And we're so excited that we're sponsored by Bloomberg Business. And if you're already not connected with us, I want you to go ahead and connect with us by going to thepowerbizshow.com. That's thepowerbizshow.com. And so for all of our listeners listening on the radio, for all of our listeners on iHeartRadio, I want to personally welcome you. And for those who are watching us via their tablet, their iPad, their computers, you're on Facebook, you're on Periscope, hey, we want to welcome you too. So at this moment, we're going to do some housekeeping. We're going to go ahead and share this video out. And if you're watching right now, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to go and actually share this video out to your audience. You never do know when a message that someone could hear from a message that you've shared out actually hits them exactly where they needed it. And maybe you are empowering someone, motivating, or even inspiring someone right now to live their best life and really grow in business. Now, for those of you who this is your first time, I want to introduce myself. I am Ann Charlius of SheroRising. My clients call me the mogul maker, the wealth creator, and the queen of cash flow. I tell people all the time, my entrepreneurship is not just what I do, it is in my blood. It is my passion. I'm, in fact, a third-generation entrepreneur. Both of my parents were entrepreneurs, and I've been in business development my whole career. In fact, my former position, I was the former director of legal and public affairs for the Minority Chamber of Commerce, where I represented over 5,000 businesses amounting to 1 million employees and $10 billion in revenue. So when I say business is my passion, it is my passion. It's where my experience lies. It's what gets me excited in the morning. So enough about me. I want to introduce you to our first co-host, Kristen. Kristen, are you there? Kristen Robinson of KRD Marketing out of New Orleans, Louisiana. Kristen, Benicia, that's Benicia's picture, but we need the VMix connection to actually Kristen out of New Orleans. Now, she is a social media head coach. She has worked for the likes of ESPN and Disney, to name a few. Would you please, Kristen, introduce yourself to the audience?
I will. Hello, everyone. This is Kristen Robinson, your social media head coach with KR Design, helping entrepreneurs generate more leads for their business using Facebook ads, live streaming, and social media. And I've actually have worked for a couple of companies, ESPN X Games when I was hosting in Los Angeles, Radio Disney, and even women's professional football teams. They do exist. I've done some marketing for them as well.
Awesome. So today's show, Kristen, is an interesting topic. Yes, Halloween has not even arrived yet, but we are already getting geared up for Christmas shopping for entrepreneurs and what they should be doing in their business. Why is now a good time for us to start talking about this topic?
I think it's so funny because you got people complaining they've seen their first Christmas ad and they're just all upset, right?
Exactly.
Unfortunately, though, as a business, we do have to look forward to this because this is our last push. A lot of people don't know that Black Friday, the reason why we call it Black Friday and Cyber Monday is because this is the time that if you were in the red, this is the time for you to get in the black, for you to actually, be profitable this year. So that's why it's called Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and why this time of the year is super important for businesses. This is their last push to be profitable.
Absolutely. And listen, we see Black Friday, we see Cyber Monday. The planning for that didn't happen the weekend before. The planning for it starts now. And so that's why we have decided strategically to start talking about this topic. And today's question is about how do you increase your follower base, your fan base as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner to really get geared up for the busy holiday season. What's your response, Kristen?
This is the time to do that because the thing about it is what we fail to realize is the holiday season is the time when people really refer their friends like, oh, where did you get that, girl? Oh, I got it at this shop. You need to go over here, right? This is the biggest referral season. So building up your follower base is super important. And what I'd like to also say is this is the time for what I would like to call excuse me marketing, okay? This is the time when you use excuse me marketing.
Wait. I need you to repeat that. What is it called?
We're calling this excuse me marketing. And basically how it goes is like this. This is the time where you're in people's faces going, excuse me, you need to like my Facebook business page. Oh, excuse me. Oh, did you miss that? Like my page. Oh, excuse me, like my page. You are coming up with reasons to basically say, excuse me, hey, I'm in your face, like my page. Follow me on Twitter. Get ready for my sales. This is the time where you're literally saying, excuse me, did you get my flyer? That's what I call excuse me marketing. This is the time where you're literally in everyone's face, getting ready for that big time to start getting things ready to sell to clients and customers and get those referrals for the holidays.
I love that. Okay, listen, every week, Kristen, you give me something new to laugh about. And I love the way that you put that. It is excuse me marketing time. And yes, you need to do a lot of excuse me. Did you like my Facebook page? Excuse me. Have you visited the website? I absolutely love that. Now, what has been your experience when you use that type of a strategy? Like, what approach do you use? What tools do you use to really execute and implement that excuse me marketing technique?
I think the first thing people need to realize is that when you do this type of marketing, you are not bothering people. Okay,
Yes.
let me clarify. You are not bothering people. If anything, it's a great reminder because of the holidays, people are super busy, right? This is the time where kids are getting ready for tests. If you got a college kid, they're coming home for the winter break, right? It's the time where you're going to have family and your in-laws, or you're going to your in-laws, whatever it may be. This is the busiest time that people are starting to get ready for the holidays and for the season. Christmas parties, office parties, Secret Santa, all that stuff. So you just saying, excuse me, and like being in their face, do not think you are bothering people. You're not. They're just so busy that they really just don't remember. And the thing is, you have to remember is, you're not being aggressive. You're just reminding people of what's going on in your business because they're going to need that service. So first of all, let's get the mindset out the way. You're not bothering people. You're not being annoying. It really is, excuse me, I know you forgot about this, so you need to go do it now.
Absolutely.
So that's the first thing is the mindset.
And I find that for a lot of entrepreneurs, that attitude that am I bothering someone is really prevalent. It really is. And so thank you so much for sharing the fact that it's not a bother. You are educating, you are inspiring, you are equipping people to solve a problem in their life. You're offering a solution. So I think that is phenomenal. What other tips do you have under your sleeve?
This is also the time, like I said, other than, the excuse me marketing and the mindset piece, this is also the time where you just, it's not the time, it's funny, it's not the time to start selling, right? This is not the time to be like, excuse me, my sales can be 30% off. No, it's not that time. This is the time to really, how do we say, get all your puppies in a box? This is the time to get all your puppies in a box, right? Get everybody concentrated because that's going to be very efficient marketing later on. If you can get everybody on your Facebook business page, everybody following you on Twitter, getting them to your email list and letting them know, hey, this is going to be happening. This is the time to get all your puppies in a box, right? And it also allows you, while you're getting all your puppies in a box, to actually start picking dates. When is the date you're going to start emailing people and letting them know when the sale's going to be? When are you going to post on your Facebook business page when the sale's going to be? What pictures do you need to take to showcase the items that are on sale in your business? What are the posts you need to schedule in advance? Like, this is the time for you to start doing that prep. This is not the time to start selling it right now. This is the time to get all your puppies in a box and gear yourself up so that the week before Cyber Monday, you can say, hey, early bird Cyber Monday sale. Get it now, right? Because you're ready, right? You spent the last month being ready. So that is what that time is used for, not selling the actual item early. It's getting all the puppies in a box and gearing yourself up and getting prepared.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Kristen. And people don't realize that. I had a couple of people inbox me just recently saying, oh, you haven't really been on Periscope. I haven't seen you a lot on Facebook. And yeah, you haven't. I've been doing the bare minimum because I'm getting my puppies in the box. I'm about to blow up this holiday season. So absolutely. And people don't necessarily realize that. And so when they see an online success story in business, the planning stage, the strategizing, it's such an important stage. And you have to really spend time there. It's interesting. As you guys know, I graduated law school. And one of the things the professors used to always tell us is that people are paying you the big bucks to think. That's the hard job that no one wants to do. People want to go and implement all day, but people don't want to think. So our time has almost come to an end for you and I, Kristen, to be sharing information about this topic. Before I go on over to Benicia Ponder, I want to open up the floor to you. What do you have upcoming? What are things that we should know that is going on? And how can our audience connect with you?
Well, it's funny you said that. I'm getting ready to do my 5-day Facebook ad challenge. A lot of people don't know this is the best time
5-day
Facebook ads, people. 5 days, you're going to build a Facebook ad for your business and have it ready for the holidays, right? Let's get this thing ready. Let's get it going. So when the holidays are coming, you're not sitting there going, oh, my gosh, how do I get this Facebook ad going for my business? So if you'd like to know more, actually, all you have to do is hop on over to Facebook, facebook.com/KRD Marketing, like my page, and I would be putting up the announcement there for the 5-day Facebook ad challenge.
Awesome.
And it's free.
Repeat that one more time.
So go to facebook.com/KRD Marketing, and you can join. When you go to the Facebook page, just wait. The announcement will be coming in the next couple of days about our free 5-day Facebook ad challenge. You can build a Facebook ad that works and converts in 5 days.
Works and converts. I like that. Works and converts. And can you share a little bit about a lesson that you've learned? We've normally not do this, but we have a little bit of time. We have about 1 minute. Over the past week, can you shout out a business lesson that you have learned through the process of your work week this past week?
Trust yourself that you know what you're doing, because when you're not confident, you talk yourself out of that really important sale that someone else believes in you.
Wow. Trust yourself. In fact, that was one of my New Year's resolutions. It wasn't trust yourself. It was trust your intuition, which is very similar. Your intuition is yourself. But I totally agree with you, Kristen. Well, thank you for joining us today. And how can they reach you on social media? I know you gave the Facebook page. Is there any other mode that they can connect with you on? Are you
Twitter,
on Instagram? Are
Instagram.
you on Periscope?
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, we're all KRD Marketing. It doesn't matter what social media platform you're on, it's KRD Marketing.
Okay.
And so that's where you can find us.
Well, wonderful. So we're going to leave New Orleans. Bye, New Orleans. And we're going to go on over to Atlanta, Georgia, what I like to call Hotlanta, with Benicia Ponder. She is your breakthrough strategist. She is the founder of Luminary Authors and Illumination Press. And she's going to be answering this question for us also. So we're going to change screens. We're going to put Benicia Ponder's picture next to me, and we're going to connect with her via the power of technology. Benicia Ponder, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hey, Ann, how are you?
Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
I am awesome. I am loving this topic. You know, Kristen is so amazing. I just wish I could bottle those phrases that she uses. Putting her puppies in the box. I love that. Love that.
Absolutely. So our question tonight, and I'm looking at your beautiful picture on the screen right now. The question tonight is, how, as an entrepreneur, how do I grow my fan following? How do I grow my base so that I can be in position to have a successful holiday season?
Well, I absolutely agree with Kristen when she talked about this not necessarily being the season for selling, but for gathering. We know in terms of like the seasons, you know, there's a time for sowing and there's a time for reaping. Well, this is a time for sowing and planting those seeds. And I'm going to take her term again, putting those puppies in the box, making sure that you are attracting the people. It's nothing worse than putting out a sale or launching a product or doing something like that, and there is no one there to buy. So this is a time when you get the buyers by attracting them into your community, into your tribe, beginning to really introduce yourself and get connected with them.
Absolutely. And what strategies can you give entrepreneurs on how they can implement that tip?
Well, you know, I am all about helping you to master, maximize, and monetize your genius. And so I call this my genius tip. And it's all about helping you to share your zone of genius with your customers, with your clients. And this works whether you are an online business, you have a brick and mortar, whether you're selling a product or a service. Helping people to see how you solve their problems, how you meet their need, how you are able to help them. So, for instance, if you are preparing for a sale, now I work with entrepreneurs and helping them to share their message and helping them to impact the world with their genius. And so whether you're trying to sell a book or you're trying to sell a new course or you are trying to sell a T-shirt or a product, whatever it is, you're bringing your customers and your clients in by providing information. I like to really provide content, provide articles, provide training. You are showing them, hey, this is the go-to person for this. So I love what Kristen is doing, the challenges. Those are great. Also hosting webinars, in-person events. And I remember earlier this year you did something like this with the clothing store where you went in and did workshops at the store. How wonderful was that for that store, because they got the traffic from you bringing in those new customers with your workshops. So whether you are a brick and mortar or whether you're online, hosting events where you're sharing your zone of genius is going to be key to bringing those customers in and bringing them into your tribe.
Awesome. And I just want to do a quick shout out. We had 2 people jump on Facebook to say hello, and they love us in our purple. Victoria from Colorado, welcome, and thank you so much for watching. And Ketia Hall Vest, I don't know what state you're from, but I want to thank you also for joining us on Facebook. Everyone who's listening, don't forget to share this out. Sharing is caring, so definitely share this out. And, I love what you said, your zone of genius, and you are a real wordsmith. Hi, Kristen. Real wordsmith, because so often people don't consider themselves to be a genius. They don't consider themselves to be the light of the world, as it were. Zone of genius. What exactly does that mean exactly? And does everyone have a zone of genius?
Well, I am going to quote probably one of the most famous geniuses, Albert Einstein, right now. He said that everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by how well it can climb a tree, you'll think it's stupid, right? So basically what he's saying is everybody is a genius. Everybody has something about them that is special, that is unique. You have a way of doing something that no one else can do. With your unique twist of experiences and education and life lessons and character traits, no one has that exactly like you have it. But what happens so often, Ann, is that we tend to judge ourselves based on what other people are doing and what other people are good at. And we say, well, I'm not good at that. For instance, and you are the queen of sales, right? I am not the queen of sales, right? But if I judged whether or not I thought I was a genius based on whether I could sell, then I would be missing out on helping all the people that I help to share their messages in the world, to craft their own genius, to understand what their purpose and their power is, and to operate in an abundance of prosperity. I would miss out on that because I'm so focused on, oh my gosh, I'm not the queen of sales like Ann is, right?
Exactly.
So
absolutely.
Have to realize that, and especially during this season, we're talking about bringing in your fan base for holiday sales. We're talking about you bringing in those people who are going to buy what you have. And so if you don't focus on your zone of genius, if you don't focus on what you do that no one else can do, if you don't focus on your message and you're trying to mirror everyone else's, then there's not going to be any reason for people to come to you instead of going somewhere else. If you're selling the same widget that everybody else is selling, but you don't differentiate yourself by adding your genius to it, then no one's going to care whether you're selling it or somebody else is selling it. They're going to go wherever it's cheaper. You want to set yourself apart so that it's not a competition based on price, but it's a competition based on your unique selling proposition, your unique genius that you bring. And people are saying, oh, yeah, they're selling a pen and she's selling a pen, but I want it from her because her pen just writes a little bit differently,
Exactly.
So that's what we have to focus on, your unique genius, your unique message, bringing in your fan base based on that.
And, for me, to answer my question, the question from my perspective, I think it's very important for people to understand when it comes to, as an entrepreneur, building up your base, whether you have 10,000 followers or 10 followers, it's about engagement and impact. It's not about just the hardcore number. Because for me, and I've seen it in corporate America at billion-dollar companies, all the way up to that startup that's starting on $100, if that. Better to have 10 people who are your followers and 5 of them are actually interacting in your economy, the economy of your business, than to have 10,000 followers and there's no monetization going on. Think about it like this, and it's kind of funny, but it's the truth, and it's kind of sad, and it's kind of one of my missions to change this, but I know tons of Instagram influencers. These are individuals, and I don't know them personally, but I see them, who maybe amazing makeup artists, they work at Sephora or they work at Ulta. They have 10,000 followers, but no monetization. They still work an hourly job and they're not monetizing this huge impact. And, so we want you to build following. We want you to build a base. But I say quality over quantity. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that goes in line with what all of us have been saying tonight. You want to attract those people who really are going to resonate with you, and who are really going to be buyers. I definitely agree with that, quality over quantity, because big lists mean nothing if no one's buying.
Absolutely. And if you're not making true impact, and I think all of us agree that of course, listen, I am a millionaire in the making, okay? So I definitely want to make money, but at the end of the day, I want to do what is also going to give me joy and fulfill what I think is my purpose, and that is making income and impact. And that's something you taught me, that phrase, income and impact, because I think it's possible to do both. And this is a perfect time of the year to begin to think about, how can I make an impact while increasing my income? How do I find the courage to live in my zone of genius, which I absolutely love? You need to make that a t-shirt, Benicia. But I love it because we're all geniuses, and far too often we're taught otherwise. In fact, you want to hear something interesting now? You know me pretty well, Benicia, wouldn't you say?
I do, yes.
And I actually have a math disability that was not discovered until I was actually in college. And I can do budgets and forecasting and percentages and those types of things, but I'm talking about like pre-calculus kind of math. My brain just cannot process it. And I remember in high school, a teacher telling me that because I was not good in math, he was a math teacher, that I could only be a secretary. That's what he told me. Well, look at me now. I don't think so.
Exactly.
But he was judging me from his own lens for what he found value in, and not seeing me for everything that I have. And once you find your zone of genius, I think it really does begin to help you build your following, because I believe in a way, we go out into the world and we believe that we're going to say what our tribe is. But a lot of times our vibration, what we see of ourselves, is the type of people that we attract. And, a great example of this, and this is important for follower-based building, the majority of my clients have graduate degrees. And I sat back and I'm like, wow, like 70%. Now, why is that? I believe that I put out a vibration of an intellectual level. I love education, and I'm highly educated. And so, of course, I'm going to attract what I see in myself when I look in the mirror. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that birds of a feather flock together, and all those other good things my mom used to say.
Absolutely.
When I was growing up. But it is true. You tend to attract those people. And I found that it's a good and a bad thing, because when you are having things in your business, in your life, so for instance, if you're always looking for the deal, if you're always choosing quantity over quality, then you're going to attract those kind of people who do the same, who try to nickel and dime you in your business. If you are the kind of person who appreciates quality, like you said, who appreciates education, you are going to send out that energy, those vibes that attract those kind of people. So
absolutely,
if you look at your client base is, especially when you're in a service-based business, your client base is a mirror of you. And I found that out in coaching. I found that out in mentoring and teaching and all of those things. I look at my clients and I can see myself in so many of them. That's because that's what we naturally do.
Exactly. Well, it was a pleasure speaking to you today. It is already that time. The 30 minutes flies by. I'm telling you, we're going to have to protest and demand an hour time because we have just so much love to give. But thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to share this out. You can catch up with us at thepowerbizshow.com, and we will see you next week. Same place, same time. Bye.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Times are tough, and right now those in the commercial world know that being heard via advertisements is the name of the game. AmpSquare.tv understands how important advertisement is and is